Hey folks, this is a short video for the Raspberry Pi enthusiasts among you, and what I'm going to show you here is how you can actually clean an SD card after you've used it with your Raspberry Pi, because if you've written an image to the SD card, your Windows, your operating system may not be necessarily Windows, but on Windows you have the issue that it doesn't detect the primary partition, so it only recognizes your SD card as a like 50 megabyte drive, and you really want to change that. If you need that card for anything else really, you need to format it whole and remove the partitions. And there is a tool in Windows that comes with Windows 7, I believe, Windows 7 and 8. I'm using Windows 8 here. That can achieve that goal, yeah, right? That can purge the contents from the SD card. So what I did before, in preparation for this video, as you can see on the screen, I launched a command line with the Windows plus R buttons, that opens the run window, and typed DiskPart, as you can read here, DiskPart. Right, and now we're going to use this tool to format the SD card. So first of all, we're going list disk. This should show us, yes, I list if the disks that are currently available. You can say from the output which is probably my SD card. It's the small one, like 7.5 gigabyte roundabout. You can see it's only got a little tiny bit of space free there, but that's not really the point. The point is this is the SD card. You can see that from the size. So what we want to do now is select that disk. Select disk 2. So disk 2 is now selected, and we can do the same thing to list the partitions. List part. And so we can see the partitions, and there you see the issue. Windows recognizes this partition 1 of 56 megabytes in size. It doesn't recognize this partition. So for usage with Windows, you'll have to reformat this whole. And what we're gonna do next is we're going to delete those partitions. What we have to do for that is select partition 1. Partition 1 is now the selected partition, as you can see there, and then go delete partition. So now this is a little confusing here. You can use the up arrow of your keyboard to recycle through the commands. This is a little confusing here because if you now list the partitions, there is a partition 1 now. We just deleted partition 1 and the other moved up one space and it changed its name. So don't go select part 0, go select part 1 again. Yeah, you can do that with the arrows, and delete part. So if I type list part now, there should be no partitions on the disk. This is what we see there. Now we're going to create a primary partition. Create part PRI. Disk part succeeded, and yeah, as you can see now, this takes up all the available space. You can look here. This was a little bit smaller and it was the bigger of the two partitions, so you could see this takes up all available space on the SD card now. And there's one more thing we have to do. We have to select the partition, select part 1, and format that thing so it is actually recognized by our operating system, Windows in this case. Recommended. We're going to use the standard format. You can just use the recommended flag here and don't have to worry about a thing. There are several options for format, and there are situations in which you may want to explore these, but most of the time recommended works just fine. We're going to give the thing a label, my SD card, and we're going to add the flag quick so it doesn't perform a full format, and just just quickly gets us a formatted disk there. So this is now 100% successfully formatted, which means that it is now a standard drive on your PC, just as you would have expected it to be before you wrote the Raspberry Pi image to it. So that's all. Thanks for watching.